What are some ways that you are seeing women self-sabotage themselves?
I think that from a really young age, we're conditioned to believe in certain things, or to glorify certain things. Even so, it can be like these images of like, oh, Barbie has her Ken doll and she has her dream house and she has, here she is as a doctor, or like, so there are all these ways that subconsciously from childhood we are fed images of like, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Like, what job do you want to have, right? Like, so I think that there are lots of ways that we then begin to answer the question based on the questions that we've been asked, right? Like, and I think that we don't even realize like, there can be a whole other way of living. So I think that a lot of times I see women kind of fall into this place where they're doing what they think they're supposed to do, right? I think also like women, maybe even more so than men, we have this tendency to want to please others or want to make other people happy or care for others, and sometimes we do it at the expense of ourselves. Like as a mother, I talk about this all the time, but like when it comes to dinner, I always eat first. I do not feed my daughter, prepare this whole meal for her, and then like sit and then just eat the leftovers. I feed myself first, because I think that when I think about these subconscious patterns that we teach our children, that we learned as children, a lot of times we saw our mothers put themselves last. We saw our mothers like, do what everybody else needed and not take care of themselves. And it matters to me that my daughter sees me eat, that she sees that I'm going to put myself first. So she says, like, it's such a cute thing, but she's like, mama first, and like, and I'm glad that she knows like that, like, I'm absolutely going to take care of her needs. But if it comes to a difference between like, her wants and my needs are going to come before hers. And like, I think about this. So another crazy experience I've had is actually having to put the oxygen mask on, so a lot of times when I tell this story, people are like, oh yeah, like put the oxygen mask on yourself, right? And I'll tell you, having actually, like, I was on a plane where a window in the cockpit shattered, and so all the oxygen masks dropped and we needed to use them. It is so hard. You've heard it so many times, it's what you're supposed to do, but it is so hard to put your own oxygen mask on first. You want to save everybody, you want to help everybody, and as a result, like, you actually have to remind yourself like, I have to take care of myself first. Another thing that I think that keeps women in that place of like doing what's shouldy, I think there's a lot about personal development that people learn and then don't actually, like, it's like they took personal development 101 and they never take it to 201, 301, or 401. And so these things that like they learned, right, actually begin to be what hold them back. It's like I talk about this all the time with like hard work and drive and passion, right? Like hard work, drive, and passion are absolutely super powerful things. But if we never learn how to apply next level drive, next level hard work, next level passion, then we actually keep ourselves stuck. So once we learn how to take a tool, right, like we've got to take it, understand, okay, this took us into first gear. What is the second gear? What's the third gear? What's the fourth gear? And so what I think a lot of times what I see women do is like, they just think like, talking about a car analogy, right? It's like they're in first gear and they think that what they need to do to go faster is keep hitting the gas. And if you've ever driven, have you ever driven a stick shift car, Sabrina?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is hitting the gas when you're in first gear going to get you faster?
No,
right? Like, you're going to burn that engine. You're going to destroy that engine. And so what you got to do, and this is part of what I teach us in terms of skills, is like, you actually need to disengage. You need to take your foot off the gas, as scary as that can seem. And you need to shift into another gear, and you need to do that mindfully, right? But a lot of times women, when they think about, especially when they're hardworking, ambitious women, they're trying to reach that next level of success, they think that taking their foot off the gas means that they're just going to slow down. And so sometimes they want to gun it faster, right? Like, so they want to hit that faster. And what I think is like, no, don't just do that. Don't just hit the gas harder. level up your skills. So when you press the gas again, you're actually progressing. You're actually moving farther, faster, and easier.
Mm.